Hi, this short video will take you through the steps to start up HAL or HAL 1-year-old using the tablet computer. When you first start up the computer, it will go through its normal process on the PC side and bring you up to a blank screen. This is my personal one, which has more information here on the side, but the regular screen that you'll see will only have a couple of icons on it. To start up HAL, because of the pen, you might have better luck than I do clicking on the Gomard UI icon. But if it doesn't seem like you can capture it with your pen, just come to the Start menu and look for the Gomard UI icon and just click on it here. You'll notice that it will freeze for a couple of seconds, and don't worry about trying to click it twice. If you click it twice, it will bring up a second attempt and it will tell you, oh, you can't run two, so you just cancel one. You may come up with a screen that looks like this. You just want to be able to click on the one that you'll be controlling. In this particular case, we're looking at HAL, and go ahead and click Start. Again, this might take a few seconds for it to capture. It's faster on the tablet than it is on the Mac. You should not see this warning because the radio module should be already connected to the computer, but if it is, just go ahead and click it and then click OK. We've set up a category called Berkeley Fire Department First Responder ALS, or BFD FRALS. If you click here, click Load, and that will bring you up to the HAL user interface page. So just as a reminder, here on the left is the control viewing point. So basically, you'll notice that here it's blank. All of your information is here on the left. So normal lung sounds, no pneumothorax, for example. The default rhythm is a sinus rhythm at a heart rate of 75. Blood pressure is 120/80. If you wanted more information, you can click there, and it will tell you that the body temperature is 37.5. And so you can also open it in this direction as well. That's something that's new. The way that we've set up the information is that you can click over to Scenario, and depending on which one that you're looking at, which one that you're responsible for, you'll go over to Load Scenario. You'll see that it will come up with equivalents of what you have on your printed page. So, for example, let's look at Adult 4, and if you load this one, you'll see that it will start with a junctional rhythm as it's being described, and there's a little description here. This is a 74-year-old female. This matches the scenario that you have in front of you. To start the scenario, you click the play button, and if you watch here on the left for a second, you'll see it flash yellow, and when it does, it just basically tells you that right now you are in the junctional rhythm. The breathing rate is 22, the heart rate is 32. What's not being seen here is the skin signs and other signs that are involved, an O2 sat of 88 and a heart rate of 40. So you have information that's there. You also appears to have poor or no pulses here on the radial or the pedal, which makes sense. You have a very low blood pressure in this area. So crew goes to work, and if they do improve, you can go ahead and click the forward button, which is here, and if you watch that green triangle, it will advance to the next one. Now it will switch from the junctional to the first degree heart block. You notice the yellow flashing that's happening, and it's because it's starting to speed up. It's set for a 2-minute transition that so for over 2 minutes the blood pressure will rise, the heart rate will rise a little bit more realistically than just switching it over. And this will just continue to play until the end and then stay here until it's done. So that's how this one works, and all the other ones are very similar to that. Some of you will have a so-called branching scenario, and you'll see that written in the document. that you have in terms of a scenario page. If it says use branching scenario, that's here in the scenario format, but you'll see that there's a button here in the top right. If you click on the branching scenario and you hit the load scenario button, there will be a couple of so-called branch scenarios here. So let's take, for example, here's the bradycardia one, same one as before, and we can load that. So it looks a little bit different, but what's interesting here is, so if we go back to that bradycardic patient, this one may be the better one to use, because depending upon if they use atropine to speed up the heart rate or if they start pacing, you can automatically default into a established response. So again, pushing the start button, the play button, will get the node going. And right now it's back to that junctional rhythm again, as we started with before. If they decide to do pacing, for example, if you clicked here on pacing, you'll see it jump down to node number 3. And at node number 3, it's going to give a paced rhythm, ventricular pacemaker, and it will be automatic, and then the blood pressure won't really change per se, or actually it looks like it increased some. So that will allow you to go through that. This will continue to play for 9 minutes and then it will stop. Or I'm sorry, 10 minutes and then it will stop. It's counting down. So there's enough time in here for you to run through the rest of the scenario, and there won't be any changes with that. If you wanted to increase the blood pressure, all you have to do is come back over to the details area, click in, it's like, oh, they're giving some fluids, and that's really great. Let's bring up their blood pressure to 110 over, let's say 84. And if you want that to happen over time, go ahead and just click a button, and it will stop that scenario at the end, but this pressure should start to change. So it's applying, and it's just going to take some time for that blood pressure to rise. Alright, so that should do it there. When you're done, right now that the power is off because I don't have a mannequin attached, this button would normally be green. You can go ahead and just push the power button to off, and that will keep it from that will keep the mannequin asleep but not turned off, so it's ready to go for the next one when you go forward. Okay, hopefully that's good information to get started with. The best way to work these things is to play with them. So have a good day and have a good time.